feral or whatever. Well, she's not feral because she's friendly, but we feed her. She can't come in the house because I'm allergic to her. But yeah, you know, I'm real flexible with what you want to do with it. Because any of this stuff, you know, like the serial numbers and shit like that, you just go right over that. Yeah, I can make covers for these to make them presentable.
Tell me a little bit about the Jeep.
It's Jeep CJ2A, 1947 if I remember right. I bought it for $5,000 off a guy up in Colorado, Grand Junction, Colorado, in the middle of the winter. It was an adventurous trip through the Rockies. I bought it just for a runaround vehicle when I was running around at events, in something that looked World War II-ish, you know, because it's almost the same as World War II Jeep, minor differences. This was one of the last vehicles that I drove before I ended up in the hospital all the time, and it's the first one I've started. I couldn't do something like this, like working on this thing right there. Actually, this is the first thing that I've actually tried to do on any of my vehicles since all of this crap started, you know. And so yeah, I haven't been able to use it for a couple of years because of my health. So they did a bunch of testing on me and found out my immune system is really screwed up, so I'm allergic to almost everything out there that they test for. This is the deal. We have just landed. The way it happened in reality, a whole bunch of the Americans ended up in the British drop zone. So we're fighting together. However, we are still keeping our integrity as per the real operation. The Americans will stay on the right flank throughout this day. The British will stay on the left flank throughout this day. The vehicles in front, the infantry in ground and back. Then we will fire a second smoke screen that'll be closer to the German positions. Anybody got any questions? No questions? We'd notice we'd be out for a weekend, and not long after that I'd end up in the hospital. Get back out and then go out another weekend out there playing around outside, and I'd end up in the hospital again. And so I've been going through immunotherapy and some hospital stays, and this is all Desert Storm stuff, you know.
Is that like Gulf War syndrome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish, you know.
Yeah.
You know, depleted uranium poisoning and nerve agent poisoning and all that. It's all documented. But yeah, so anyway, here we are. And now back in the movie business. Old Willie, he thought out this design, you know. Seafoam, it's a treatment for gas. It keeps it from going stale, because gas, if you leave it long enough, it varnishes up, and that dissolves the varnish and stuff. So since it's been sitting there, just shake the tank. Well, 1169.
They keep in charge.
Well, I don't know. What I'm going to do is shoot some carb cleaner down it. Spent many wonderful hours in this one. Oh, dog!
How'd that feel, Dan?
Oh, it feels good.
Yeah, did it?
I haven't driven it. Reverse is straight up.
Reverse.
First, neutral,
And then
second, third.
And then when we're actually on set, we could figure out a way in the route to have it coast.
Right.
Are you recording all this?
Yeah.
Oh,
For insurance purposes.
Does that look good? Does that look alright?
You look great, man. You look like you and McGregor.
Yeah! I'll take that as a compliment, man.
Driving that Jeep has been one of the coolest experiences just because they don't make it like they used to. Out here in the terrain, it's really not that forgiving out here driving it. So that's definitely been one of the coolest things in decking out the Jeep, and very much to the aesthetics and what the SAS had in North Africa as well. The name that I kind of gave it, the nickname is Shelby. It's based off Peaky Blinders for Thomas Shelby. It's rugged, rough around the edges, but that bitch will get you out of harm's way if needed, and it can take a licking for sure. Shelby's quite reliable.
Fixing up the Jeep was interesting. We started that like in January as well. I'm not mechanically inclined, so for me it was just I painted it first and started rigging up jerry cans on it and stuff. And then Danny came into the picture and helped me fix it up the rest of the way. And then he got good at driving it, thank God, because I'm not very good at driving old equipment like this. You know, like I can drive a standard, but this is a little different. How'd it feel?
Good, how'd it look?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah. Getting some ideas on shots.
Good. Clutch is starting to get a little stickier.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
For sure.
Been sitting for almost 3 years, not driven at all. And once me and Dan got it running for the first time, it was like, all right, you know, let's start it up. You know, needed a new battery, needed the brakes needed to be bled, and brake fluid changed. But other than that, I mean, it was like not bad, you know. So and now it's running great, and it's just like one of those things that it runs better the more it gets used.